Good evening, everybody. Good evening. A very, very warm welcome to Strauss & Co. here in Cape Town on this warm autumn evening, and to our evening sale of modern and contemporary art. So wonderful to have a lovely buzzing room, and welcome to our online bidders. We have 103 people now, and I'm sure they will be growing as the evening unfolds. Before I begin, I would like to draw your attention to our conditions of business. Under these conditions, the auctioneer is entitled to place consecutive bids on any lot on the seller's behalf up to an increment below the reserve. If a lot is sold, the auctioneer will call out the paddle number of the buyer. If a lot is not sold, the auctioneer will say pass. Starting now with lot 201, showing here on my screen, and to my left and to my right, the Maggie Loubser Shepherd. This is a work, incredible drawing by Maggie Loubser of Oh Boy, the shepherd, that was depicted several times. Start the bidding with this lot then at 75,000 rand, at 75,000 rand, at 75, 80, 85,000, at 85,000 rand, at 85, holding at 85,000 rand now. At 85, at 85,000 rand. All done at 85,000 rand then. Pass at 85. Lot number 202, another accomplished drawing by Maggie Loubser, probably a person she encountered on her farm, her family farm. She used the farm workers as models very often, and similar examples can be seen in the catalogue raisonné. 42, 45,000 I have online. At 45,000, the bid is now online at 45. At 45,000 rand. 48,000 now. At 48. At 48,000 rand. It's against you online. It's at 48,000 now. 50,000 I have, thank you. At 50,000 rand. The bid is online now at 50,000. At 50,000 rand. Holding at 50,000. Fair warning then, I'm happy to sell at 50,000 rand. Sold. Thank you. Buyer number 5160. Lot number 203. Incredible portrait by Clemens Niels, titled, this is Gubu Sizi, executed in circa 1938, during his golden period when he visited Kigali in present-day Rwanda, and his visit coincided actually with Irma Stern at the time. Exquisite portrait. Start the bidding then at 30,000 rand, at 30, 32, 35, at 35,000 rand. At 35,000 rand I have. At 35,000 rand, holding at 35. At 35,000 rand. At 35. Holding at 35,000 rand now. No? At 35. 38,000 I have online now. Thank you. At 38,000 rand. But is online at 38,000. It's against you all. At 38. Fair warning then at 38,000 rand. Sold to my bidder online. Thank you. Paddle number 5176. Lot number 204. This is the Woman with Bowl and Fish by Irma Stern, the first of the works by Irma Stern, executed in 1955, gouache and crayon on paper, an excellent example showing her watercolor technique. The provenance this is from the Irma Stern Trust Collection, accession number 1077. And start the bidding then for this lot at 320, 350, 380. At 380,000, 400,000 I have. 420, 450 against you. 470, 480 I have. 490, 500,000 with me. Would you like 550, sir? At 500,000, the bid is with me on the book against you, sir. At 500,000. At 500, holding at 500,000 rand now. Against you far back. At 500,000 rand. Fair warning then, at 500,000, 550,000 I have online, 600,000 back with me. At 600,000, it's against you online, it's against you far back. 650 I have. At 650,000 now. Bid is online at 650,000 now. At 650, holding at 650. At 650,000 rand. No more. Fair warning then, selling for 650,000, sold, paddle number 5050. Moving on now to lot 205. This is the first of the works by Gerard Sekoto, titled Penny Whistlers. This was executed in 1971 when he was already in Paris. Incredible watercolor. I'd like to just mention that, of course, there's so much attention on Sekoto right now. The Paris Noir exhibition that opened at the George Pompidou, the main image is a self-portrait by Sekoto. That is the face of the exhibition, the banner on the building, the cover lot of the catalog on the bag, and it comes from a very important South African collection. And I'd like to start the bidding for this lot then at 170,000. 170 at 170,000 rand. 170 at 170,000 rand. 180, 190 at 190,000 rand now for the Gerard Sekoto at 190. At 190,000. 200,000 I have, thank you. At 200,000, bid is online now at 200,000 rand. At 200. At 200,000, holding at 200,000 rand then. It's against you all. Bid is online at 200,000. Fair warning now. Selling then for 200,000. Sold. Thank you. To my bidder online, 5206. Lot number 206, this is the work by Peter Clark, gouache on paper. There's a sale room notice for this lot. Please note that upon further research, the provenance has been changed to Wallens Art Gallery, Cape Town, private collection. This is a gouache on paper laid down on board, possibly a scene at Teslarsdal, the area the artist depicted frequently. And start the bidding then at 150, 160, 170. At 170,000 rand now. Bid is at 170,000 rand. With me at 170,000. At 170. At 170,000, holding with me at 170,000 rand. At 170,000 rand. At 170,000, fair warning then, I can sell at 170. No more. Selling then for 170,000. Sold. Thank you to my absentee bidder, 5047. Lot number 207. This is a late work by Irma Stern, executed 4 years before her death. Very powerful portrait of a Malay woman. She was always fascinated by the Malay culture in Cape Town. Admired their sort of colorful dress and bridal wear. And I'd like to start the bidding then for this lot at 650,000 rand. At 650. At 650,000 rand. At 650. At 650,000, 700, 750 now. At 750,000 rand. At 750. At 750,000, holding at 750. At 750,000 rand. At 750. At 750,000 rand. 800,000 I have. Thank you, sir. at 800,000. Gentleman's bid at 800,000 now. At 800. At 800,000 rand. Your bid, sir. Fair warning now, I can sell at 800,000 rand then. No more. Selling then for 800,000 rand. Yours, sir. Thank you. Your paddle number, please. Please, may I see your number, sir? Your number. Thank you. 5211. 800,000. Lot number 208, this is Georgina Gratrick's 80s mom, executed in 2013. This work was exhibited at the Norval Foundation in the Reunion exhibition and in 2021. 180, 200,000 I have online, 220 against you. The bid is with me, it's against you online at 220 now. At 220, 250 I have, thank you. At 250,000 rand now. At 250, the bid is online at 250 now. 280 new bidder, thank you. New bidder now at 300,000 I have. Paddle 510, 320. 5090, your bidder 350,000 now. At 350, 380. Online with paddle 5090, 380, thank you. Let's round it off to 400,000. It's at 380,000 now. At 380. At 380,000 rand. Holding at 380 now. Fair warning then at 380,000. Selling then for 380,000 rand, against you 5107, and sold. Thank you very much. 380,000 by number 5090. Moving on to the very beautiful sculpture by Anton Momberg titled Bella. And start the bidding then for this lot at 42, 45, 48,000 rand. I have interest at 48,000 rand. At 48,000 rand. With me at 48,000. At 48,000. At 48. Would you like to jump in at 50,000? Thank you, with Susie. 55 against you. At 55,000 now. 60,000 back with Susie on the telephone. At 60,000 now with Susie on the telephone at 60,000 rand. At 60,000 with you, Susie, holding at 60. It's against my book. At 60,000. Fair warning then at 60,000 rand. Your bid, Susie. Selling then for 60,000. Sold 5030. Lot number 211, this is the Cecil Scottness here to my left, ancestral father, painted, carved, and incised wood panel on a bronze plate. What's wrong? Oh, did I jump a lot? Oh, goodness. Thank you, Francis. Sorry about that. I left out the poor Hodgins. Robert Hodgins, lot number 210, this is titled Ishmael, 1997. And start the bidding for this lot at 480, 500, 550, at 550,000 rand. At 550, you can't see him, he's hiding behind the screen here, but he's on your screen at 550,000. At 550, looking for 600,000. At 550,000 now. At 550. At 550,000. Would you like to try 600, Laura? At 550,000 rand. Thank you. 600,000 I have with Laura on the telephone now. At 600,000. With Laura, it's your bid. 600,000. Holding with Laura at 600,000 rand. Selling then for 600,000. Sold. Thank you, Laura. 5064. Thank you very much. 4. Now, moving on to the Scottless, lot number 211, Ancestral Father, painted, carved, and incised wood panel on a bronze plate. Start the bidding for this lot at 280,000, at 280, at 280,000 rand, 300, 320, at 320,000 now, at 320, 350 I have online. $350 I have online. At 350, the bid is online. It's against you, Kayleen. Laura, you're going to jump in. Next bid is 380. Susie, Laura. 380,000. Laura's bidder on the telephone. It's against you online now. With Laura on the telephone, 400,000 back online. At 400,000 rand. Bid is online. Would you like to try again, Laura? One more. Susie? 400, holding at 400,000 now. No, Laura's out. Holding at 400,000. 420 with Susie on the telephone now. Against you online. Shall we take it to 450? 450, thank you. 480 with Susie on the telephone. It's against you online. Let's take it to 500. Thank you very much. At 500,000, it's against you. 550 with Susie. Telephone bidder against you online at 550. At 550, holding with you, Susie, at 550,000 now. At 550. Would you like to try one more and take it to 600,000? At 550,000 against you online. No? Fair warning then at 550,000 with Susie on the telephone, selling then for 550,000, 5165. 5165, yeah. Lot number 212, Gerard Sokoto. This is a portrait, 60s work executed in Paris. Impactful large-scale work featuring a monumental female figure. Start the bidding for this lot at 480,000, 480. At 480,000 I have. 500, 550. At 550,000 rand. At 550. At 550,000 rand. At 550. Holding at 550 now. At 550. 600,000 I have now. Thank you. At 600,000. The bid is online now at 600,000 rand. At 600. It's against you all. The bid is online at 600,000 rand. Holding at 600 now. Fair warning, selling for 600,000 rand, sold 600,000, paddle number 5206. Thank you very much. Lot number 213. This is a very rare and sought after work by George Pemba. His first language was watercolor. He was really a master at this medium and painted traditional scenes from the 30s to the 50s in watercolor. This is a work of a Xhosa woman executed in 1953, and start the bidding at 120, 100, 110, 120 I have. At 120,000 rand. At 120, at 120,000, at 120. Holding at 120, bidders with me at 120 now, at 120,000, at 120. I can sell at 120, holding therefore at 120,000 against you all. Fair warning now, selling for 120, 120,000 sold to my absentee bidder 5157. Lot number 214. This is the work by Esrom Lechai titled Head. And start the bidding. This is another example of an artist inspired by African masks. This is, of course, Esrom Lechai, and the brick clay model of this work, signed Lechai, is in the Homestead Collection in Cape Town. And of course, this work reveals his skill in simplification of form and interest in heads. I'd like to open the bidding for this lot then at 220, 250, 280, at 280,000, at 280 now, at 280,000 rand. Holding at 280,000, at 280, at 280,000 rand. Holding at 280 now. Fair warning at 280,000, at 280. No? At 280,000 rand then. Pass it to 80. Lot number 215. This is the first of the works by William Kentridge. Head 1, 4-paper head series. Sculptural, multifaceted portrait inspired by Picasso's Absent Drinker series from 1914. Very interesting work this. Start the bidding at 90,000. At 90,000 rand. At 90,000. At 90,000 rand. 95, 100,000. At 100,000 rand now. At 100,000 rand. Holding at 100. At 100,000 rand. At 100,000 rand. Holding at 100,000 rand. No? At 100,000 then. Pass at 100,000. Lot number 216. This is second work by William Kentridge in the sale this evening. This is Shadow Figure 2. This work, when seen in profile, is a man carrying scales. If you look at it at another angle, it morphs into a compass. Again, a very clever and interesting work. The most notable example of these shadow figures could be seen along the Tiber River in the procession of the shadow figures, which was really, really interesting work, which most of it is now faded, sadly. But start the bidding then for this lot at 950,000. At 950,000 rand. At 950. At 950, 1 million, 1.1. At 1.1 million rand now. At 1.1 million. At 1.1. At 1.1 million. Holding at 1.1. At 1.1 million rand now. At 1.1. Holding at 1.1 million rand. No more than at 1.1 million, pass at 1.1. Lot number 217, the work by Maud Sumner, Seated Couple with Jug of Flowers. And 150,000 to start this, 150 at 150,000 rand. The Maud Sumner, Seated Couple with Jug and Flowers at 150,000 rand. 160, 170 at 170,000 rand. At 170. At 170,000 rand now. At 170,000. At 170. Holding at 170 now. No? at 170,000 rand, then pass at 170. Lot number 218, the beautiful example of a vase of flowers by Peter Venning. Has a jewel-like feel, this work, sought after by Venning collectors. It's rare to have these incredible works on the market. Start the bidding then at 170,000. At 170, at 170,000 rand, 170, 180, 190, at 190,000 rand now, 190,000, at 190,000 rand. Holding at 190 now. At 190,000 rand. 200,000 I have now with Lee on the telephone. Thank you, Lee. At 200,000 rand. At 200,000 rand. With Lee on the telephone, it's against you all. Selling then for 200,000. Sold. Thank you, Lee. 5200. 200,000. Lot number 219. This is the work showing there on my right, hanging there. It's Tretiakov, Vladimir Tretiakov, Melon Time Study. This is a study, of course, for a larger scale, well-known and frequently reproduced 1960s painting titled Melon Time. And start the bidding for this lot at 150,000 rand, 150. At 150,000. At 150. 160. 170. At 170,000 rand. At 170. At 170,000 rand now. 170,000. Holding at 170. No? At 170,000 rand, then pass at 170. Lot 220, this is the most delightful still life by Alfred Krenz, executed in 1952. Still life with pumpkin, beautiful composition, beautiful colors. Really, one could say inspired by Cézanne. This work has really stimulated so much interest. I'd like to open the bidding then at 15, 16, 17,000 rand now, at 17,000 rand, at 17,000 rand, 18,000 I have online, 19,000, at 19,000, bid is online at 19. Do you want to jump in, Kate? 20,000 I have. Thank you. New bidder now. 5012 at 20,000 rand. At 20. At 20,000 rand. 22 I have. New bidder now. 5196 at 22,000. At 22. At 25, thank you. 5034, your bid at 25 now. Holding at 25. At 25,000 rand. 28,000 I have. Let's take 30, Kayleen. 30 from Kayleen, thank you, on the telephone. Against you online, it's with Kayleen at the desk. Thank you. At 30,000 with Kayleen now. At 32,000 back online. At 32,000, bid is online now at 32. 35,000 now. At 35,000 rand. At 35. We can't let this go. It's too beautiful. At 35,000. At 35,000 rand. 38,000 now. Thank you. 40,000 I have. At 40,000 rand. At 40,000. At 40,000 rand. Fair warning now at 40,000 rand. Bid is online. It's against you all at 40. Last chance. At 40,000 rand then. Fair warning at 40,000, selling for 40,000 rand then, sold. 5050. Lot number 221. This is a really beautiful still life by Maggie Loubser. Still life with lemons and 2 oranges on a dish with tray and drapery and verso garden landscape. So you have 2 beautiful works in one. And 180, 190, 200,000 rand I have at 200,000 rand. 200,000 rand. The bid is with me at 200,000 now. At 200. At 200,000 rand. Holding at 200,000 rand. At 200,000. Bid is with me. It's against you all at 200,000 rand. Holding at 200. At 200,000. Fair warning at 200,000 rand now. Selling for 200,000 rand. Sold to my absent bidder at 200,000 rand. Thank you very much. Lot number 222. Another absolutely exquisite still life. Robert Gwelo Goodman, roses. We have a sale room notice on this lot. The present lot is dated 1934 and inscribed with the artist's name and the title on a Cannon House Newlands label on the reverse. Cannon House Newlands was the artist's home. Rare work by Gwelo Goodman. I believe it excited my colleagues a lot to see and handle a still life by Gwelo as beautiful as this one, and start the bidding at 60,000 rand. At 60,000, 65, 70, at 70,000 rand now, at 70,000, 75, thank you, I have. 80,000 on the telephone, 85 with you, sir. It's in the 90,000 back on the phone, 95. Gentleman's bid far back at 95. 100,000 I have. 110,000 now. Back in the room at 110. $120 on the phone. 130 back in the room. $140 I have online against you both. At $140 the bid is online now. $150 back in the room. Bids in the room at 150,000 rand. At 150. Holding at 150,000 rand now. It's against you online, against you Lee. Fair warning now at 150,000, 160 back online. 170 I have. Thank you, sir. It's at 170,000. It's against you online. At 170. Would you like to try one more? It is at 170,000 rand now. Fair warning at 170,000 rand. Selling against you online, against you on the phone at 170,000 rand. Sold. Congratulations. Please, may I have your number? Really beautiful work. 5113. Lot number 223. This is the work by Vladimir Trechikov, here showing behind me red hot pokers. I believe he often painted red hot pokers. They were a popular flower for the artist. And if you've been close to this painting, this incredible sculptural quality that he's created to depict these flowers is quite incredible. This work was executed in 1949. There's a sale room notice that, yes, executed in 1949 and inscribed SA at the back. I'd like to start the bidding then for this lot at 900,000 rand. 900,000, 950, 1 million. At 1 million rand now. At 1 million rand. Holding at 1 million rand. At 1 million. At 1 million rand, 1.1 million, 1.1 million I have online, 1.2 against you online. With me at 1.2 million, it's against you online. Holding at 1.2 million against you online, the bid is with me. 1.2 million. Against you online at 1.2 million rand now. Holding at 1.2. Selling for 1.2 million rand. Fair warning now. 1.2 million rand, then sold. That's to the absentee bidder at 5121, absentee bidder 5121. Lot number 224, the Irma Stern, A Still Life of Anthuriums in a Blue Jar, Fruit and Book. This work was executed in 1946 at the height of Irma Stern's golden period, following her career-defining visits to Belgian Congo and Zanzibar. It was exhibited the same year at the Argus Gallery alongside important Zanzibar paintings like Praying Arab. It features and itemizes many of Stern's favorite objects, and of course the jar that you see has been used in several of the artist's works, the raffia mat, and of course the inclusion of a painting within a painting is very interesting, and the whole work echoes, one could say, Cézanne's exquisite still lives, which of course Stern admired. The provenance is excellent, including the Louis and Mavis Schill collection. And start the bidding for this incredible work at 3.3 million rand. At 3.3 million rand now. At 3.3, 3.4 million, 3.5 million. At 3.5 million rand. At 3.5 million rand. Holding at 3.5 million rand. At 3.5. At 3.5 million rand now. At 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. At 3.7 million rand. Holding at 3.7 now. At 3.7 million rand. At 3.7. Holding at 3.7 million rand. No? At 3.7 million rand, then fair warning at 3.7. No more. At 3.7 million rand. Pass at 3.7. I will now hand over to my colleague Susie. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I don't know if I'm on loud. Yes, thank you very much. Good evening. It's very nice to be in Cape Town. It's a bit hotter than Joburg. Lots of rain that we've had in Johannesburg, so it's very nice to be a bit warmer and drier in Cape Town. And it's good to see that we have 235 people online, and thank you for all being in the room. And I can start on lot 225, which is the Walter Battis Figures Among Palm Trees and Houses. Thank you, and we have interest online. Thank you. 150, 160, 170 against you. At 170,000 is against you. At 170, one more at 180. Next bid is 180. It's against you at 170,000 rand. Are you coming back in 5172? Are you doing a telephone bid? We'll hold for you. It's at 170 against paddle 5172. I don't know, Kayleen, if you're coming in on the telephone, but I think, Bina, you're also on this telephone. The next lot. Okay, holding then at 170,000 rand. Any further advance, paddle 5172. I can't sell, but I can sell at 180. It's against you at 170,000 rand. Any more? Sure? Coming in? No? Against you then at 170,000. Pass at 170. Hopefully the underbidder might come back in. Lot number 226 is this wonderful study, little study by Maggie Loebscher, The Shepherd in Langebaan, dated from 1921, oil on canvas laid down on board. And thank you very much. There's a sale room notice. Please note there's additional provenance for this lot. It was acquired from Stefan Welz and Company with Sotheby's, in association with Sotheby's, on the 30th of November 1993. It was lot 493. And we can start, thank you, on this lot at 200, 220, at 220, 250, at 250,000 rand, 250,000. Coming in on the room, it's against you all at 250. Any further advance of 250, 280 I have online. It's online at 280. Coming in, Jill? The bid is here, online at 280. Love to take 300 if you want it. Holding here with paddle 5215 at 280,000. 300, thank you. Bina's jumped in at 300. Bid on my right, we look like yin and yang, black and white, at 300,000 in the room at 300,000 rand. 320 against you. 350. Telephone bidder has it at 350 with Bina. Holding at 350,000. Holding in at 350. Telephone bidder has it at 350. The Shepherd walking in Langebaan is at 350 with you, Bina, against you, Jill. Selling in the room, selling on the phone in the room, against the rest of the room at 350,000. Fair warning? Very poised at this moment. Are they bidding or not? It's at 350 against you. Still on the telephone at 350. You sure? Beg your pardon? Okay. 350 still. No more? Thank you, though. At 350. Are you all right, Francis? It's against you, Jill. It's with being on the phone at selling at 350. Thank you, 350. 5165. Lot number 227. This is wonderful work by Penny Siopis. The pastel on paper called Quail from 1986. That feels like a lifetime ago, 1986. And I think I was in grade 11, and we can start at 150,000, at 150, 160, at 160, 170, at 170,000, at 170,000 rand. Holding at 170. Next bid is 180. Holding at 170,000 rand. Any further advance? At 170. No more? Against you all then, at 170,000 rand. Pass at 170. Lot number 228. the Gerard Sokoto work, Women in the Township, showing on the screen. And thank you very much. This has provenance from Bonhams and Strauss. It's always good to see the two together. And we can start at 140,000. At 140,000. At 140,000. At 140. At 140,000. Against you on the telephones, the bid is at holding at 140,000. No more? You sure? The bid is holding at 140. Are you bidding, sir? You look like you're in agreement that it should be getting a bid. It's against you at 140, at 140,000. Everyone seems to be watching. Bated breath. It's at 140,000 rand. Any more? At 140,000. Pass at 140. Lot number 229. It's fantastic work by Ngatani called Jiving. We did a bit of jiving in Joburg on Saturday night at the Center of Less Good Ideas. It was fantastic. And we can start at 90,000, at 90,000, 95,000, at 95,000 rand. A bit of jiving is holding at 95,000 rand. Signed and dated from 1966, is still holding at 95,000 rand. Pass at 95,000. Lot number 230, we have got the light jet print on Digibond by Simpiwe Nzube, and obviously an edition 4 out of 5. And thank you, we can start at 95,000, 100,000, at 110. At 110,000 rand. At 110,000 rand. The workers on my left, it's at 110,000. Any further advance of 110,000 rand? Sure? Pass at 110. Lot number 231. The wonderful Robert Hodgins, The Vain Young Man, and the Three Spectators. Always got a bit of a lesson to learn in Robert's work, and this is signed and dated from 1999. And thank you, we have interest at 400, 450, at 450, 480,000, at 480,000. Holding at 480,000 rand. At 480,000. The bids with me, against you online and against the room, the bids at holding at 480,000. Any further advance of 480? 490. At 490,000. Next bid is 500. At 490,000 rand. Pass at 490. Lot number 232, the William Kentridge, The Battle Between Yes and No. Printed at the Caversham Press. It has the chop mark in the margin. Color screen print on paper. Something gone down here. And maybe the screen's just gone. Okay, sorry about that. This is lot number 232, and we have the battle between yes and no, as I said. And thank you, we can start on this at 450,000 rand. At 450. At 450,000. At 450. At 450,000 rand. 480. 480,000. Holding at 480,000. Against the room at the moment. Against the phones. You're coming in online. It's at 480,000 rand. Any more? At 480,000 rand. Sure? Pass at 480. Lot number 233. Kwezi Uwuzu Nkorama, whose work is a Ghanaian artist, and uses these amazing symbols, and is signed and dated from going into symbols here, from 2010. And thank you, we can start at 120,000, at 120, 130, at 130,000, at 130. Nice to see the figure of a male in the middle of the work, and it's holding at 130,000 rand. Any more? At 130. Pass at 130. Lot number 234, the Zimbabwean artist Brett Saylor, and signed and dated 2021, Splinter in My Side, and 50,000, at 55,000 rand, at 55,000, 60, at 60,000 rand, at 60,000 rand. Any further advance of 60,000? Sure? Thank you. 65 online. Welcome bid. At 65,000, 70 against you. Next bid is 75. You're coming back in 5207. Thank you, you are. It's yours at 75, and I'll be delighted to sell it to you at 75,000. Yours, paddle 5207 for 75,000 rand. If there's no more bidding in the room, I shall sell it to the online bidder at 75,000 rand. Sold at 75,000. Thank you very much. 5207. It's quite useful. Lot number 235 is another work by William Kentridge, color screen print on brown paper, and it's art in a state of siege from the 100 Years of Easy Living. Thank you very much. And 280,000, 280,000, 280, 300, 300,000, at 300,000 rand. Holding at 300,000, at 300,000 rand. 300,000, 320, 350, at 350,000, at 350. Any more? At 350,000 rand. No more? At 350,000. Pass at 350. Lot number 236. The Neil Roger work, Girl with the Mask, signed and dated from 1988. This wonderful blue that she's got the scarf around her, or the ribbons in her hair and the scarf around her and the fabric on her legs. And we can start, thank you, at 300, at 320, at 320,000, at 320,000, at 320, 320,000, at 320. Any more? At 320,000 rand. You sure? No more? 320, thank you, pass. Lot number 237 is this fantastic work that's behind me. It's this museum grade, exceedingly fabulous work by Alexis Preller. It's called Adam and Eve, painted at the peak of his powers, and it's signed and dated 55. There's a sale notice which is also giving a bit more extra information in terms of the lot was illustrated in a Pretoria Art Museum catalogue, and it was also illustrated in the Esme Berman and Coral Nell book. This fabulous work with so many references to all of the subjects and symbols that is so dear to Preller. And thank you, this monumental work, and we can start the bidding at 6 million rand. At 6 million rand. Good number? At 6 million rand. At 6 million rand. 6.2 million. At 6.2 million rand. Was exhibited on the Norval show that came down recently and made a bit of a statement there, and it's holding at 6.2 million rand. Holding at 6.2 million. Any further advance of 6.2 million? Coming in online? Anymore, at 6.2 million. Holding then at 6.2. You sure? Pass at 6.2 million. Lot number 238, the Deborah Poynton Untitled Diptych from 2006. The photorealism of this work is extraordinary. And thank you at 200,000, at 200,000 rand, at 200,000, 220, 250, 250,000, at 250,000 rand. Holding at 250,000. Any more? At 250,000 rand. Pass at 250. Lot number 239, the Irma Stern work from 1948 that came from the Irma Stern Trust Collection. It was deaccessioned in 2022, which is a sale we had at Welgemeent, and it was accession number 648. And thank you. We can start with the woman with the open blouse, and we can start at 850, 900, at 900,000, at 900,000 rand, at 900, 950, 1 million. At 1 million rand. At 1 million rand. Bit of blue that was like the work that was on the Neil Roger in her hair is holding at 1 million rand. Any further advance of 1 million rand? Pass at 1 million. Lot number 240 with a female nude by Neil Roger from 2000. The work was acquired from Everard Reed Gallery, and not Everard Reed in Cape Town, but Everard Reed in Joburg. And 100,000 rand, at 110, 120, at 120,000, at 120,000. Holding at 120,000 rand. Any more? At 120,000 rand. Pass at 120. Lot number 241, the Sensing the Trap, the Kate Gotchen's work from 2021. And 95,000 we can start on. At 95, 100,000. At 100,000. At 100,000 rand. 110, 120 against you. My bid in the book at 120. One more bid, 130 is yours. You have it in the room, I'm out at 120,000. With you in the room at 100, sorry, your bid at 130, I had 120. You had 130. I'm out, but it's still with you at 130,000. Selling in the room at 130,000 rand. Sold at 130. Thank you very much. And your paddle is 5091. Lot number 242. This wonderful work by Irma Stern called White Sails from 1965, the oil on canvas. It was exhibited at the Association of Arts Gallery in Cape Town in 1965, and with a catalog number 27, and the title is White Sails, evocative as we head into the summer in Europe. A spring day, I'm sure, in Cannes will be soon. And thank you, we can start at 950,000 rand. At 950,000. At 950, 1 million. At 1 million rand. At 1 million rand. At 1 million rand. Any more? At 1 million rand. Any further advance of 1 million rand? 1.1. At 1.1 million rand. Sure? Still against you then at 1.1 million rand. Pass at 1.1. Lot number 243. Naked women in can to Sleeper 1. Supposedly naked Kentridge. Signed and dated 1997. 1 out of 30. Pencil in the margin. And a crit. Produced at the Crit Print Studio. And 450. 480. At 480,000 rand. At 480. At 480,000. At 480. 500. 550. At 550. At 550,000. 266 people watching. It's at 550,000 rand. No more? 550,000. Pass. Lot number 244. The lithograph on paper by David Hockney, Christopher Isherwood, and Don Batcardi. And thank you, we have interest in this lot at 150,000, 160, at 160,000, at 160, with me at 160. Absent bidder has it at the moment at 160,000 rand. At 160,000 rand. My absent bidder at 160. Any more? At 160,000 rand. Thank you, 170. Selling at 170,000 rand. The absent bidder has it at 170, and that's paddle 5050. Lot number 245, the John Mayer, In Spite of All. Evocative work, 2 men on the screen, and thank you, 250, at 250, 280, at 280,000 rand, at 280. Acrylic on canvas is holding at 280,000 rand. Any more? At 280,000 rand. Pass at 280. Lot number 246. The sale room notice is just correcting all on canvas, lay down on panel, and not oil on panel as stated in the catalogue. So a correction on the medium. Lot 246, the Cecil Scottness figures in a landscape. And 250,000, at 250,000, at 250, 280, 300,000, at 300,000 rand, at 300,000. The bid is against you at 300,000. Any further advance of 300,000 rand? No more? Against you then at 300,000 rand. Pass at 300. Lot number 247, we have the Samurai by Eduardo Villa, which is standing right at the back of the room facing me. From 1992, painted steel obviously, and 500,000 rand. At 500, 550, at 550,000, at 550,000 rand. At 550, 600, 650, at 650,000 rand. At 650. Pass at 650. Lot number 248. Back to the Transvaal, 1982, south of Middelburg by John Mayer. And you'll be pleased to know that we have interest in this lot at 200, 220, at 250, at 250. 2 absent bidders with me at 250,000 rand. My bid's at 250. Against you online, against you coming on the phone, 280. Thank you, 300. My bid at 300. Against you online. It's my bid at 300. You coming back in? 320, 350 with me. Still with me at 350. 380. Thank you. 400 is my bid. Next bid is 420. At 400,000, with the absent bidder at 400,000 rand. 420. Online at 420. 450 with me. Have you given up? Sorry, we beat you out. Well, bid you out, should I say. At 450 with me, 480 online now. Online bidder has it at 480. I'm out. It's with you online at 480,000. Against the room, online bidder has it, which is exciting. And against my book, selling then at 480,000 rand. 500, new place. Yippee. Exciting to get lots of bidding. At 500,000. You have it paddle 5050, but against you 5090. It's holding at 500,000. I'll take 520. It's holding at 500,000. Against you paddle 5090. It is at 500,000 at the moment. Anyone want to jump in the room? No? They're back in online. 520. Thank you. You have it 5090. It's yours at 520. Next bid is 550. I'll take 540 with pleasure. 540. Can you do 560 next? Just keeping awake. At 540, if you'd like to bid 500, paddle 5050. The bid at the moment is 540,000. The push bid, the next bid would be 560. Are you coming back in paddle 5050? No, sorry, 5090. It's against you at 540,000 rand. Sure? Any more 5090? It's against you at the moment. It's with paddle 5050 and selling. Sold at 540,000, paddle 5050. Thank you very much. I think, Bina, you're going to take over. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie. Let's continue now with lot 249, the Eric Loebscher midday in the Overberg. Start the bidding for this lot at 170,000, at 170, 180, 190, at 190,000 rand now, at 190, holding at 190,000 rand now, at 190, at 190,000 rand, at 190, holding at 190,000, at 190. Can't sell at 190, looking for 200,000 rand, holding at 190,000 rand. 200,000 I have, thank you. At 200,000 rand, the bid is online now at 200,000. At 200,000 rand. Any more bidding? At 200,000 rand, I have a bid online at 200,000. It's against you all at 200. Fair warning then, selling for 200,000 rand, sold to my online bidder 5206. Lot number 250, the most exquisite work by Catherine Painter. Large, imposing, beautiful work. Unforgettable image glowing with light and life. Titled Baobab. Mixed media on 9 canvas panels, incorporating all her favorite subjects. And start the bidding for this impressive work at 220,000 rand now. At 220. At 220,000 rand. 250. Something happening here that I should know about? Oh, 280. At 280,000 rand now. At 280. At 280,000. For the beautiful large-scale Catherine Painter at 280,000 rand. At 280,000 rand. Holding at 280,000. 300,000 I have online. At 300,000 now. At 300,000 rand. Holding at 300,000. Bid is online at 300,000 rand. selling then for 300,000, sold by number 5206. And moving on then to lot number 251. This is the lovely large-scale Esaias Bosch showing far back on my right. This is of Namaqualand. It's rare to handle the painting by Esaias Bosch. Thank you for coming, Auntie Charlotte. Oh, you're coming back. Okay. So, as I was saying, it's quite rare to handle the painting by Esaias Bosch. We normally handle those huge, fantastic tiles. Beautiful work of Namaqualand, lovely golden yellow hues, and start the bidding at 120, at 120,000 rand, at 120, at 120,000, 120, 130, 140, at 140,000 rand now, at 140, holding at 140 now, at 140,000 rand, at 140, at 140,000 rand, holding at 140, looking for 150, at 140,000 rand. No? Any more? At 140,000 rand then. Ooh. Pass at 140. Lot number 252. Another work by Robert Hodgins, Men with Hands in Pockets. Should we be suspicious of Men with Hands in Pockets? Executed in 2000. Start the bidding at, it's a late career work by Robert Hodgins. 320,000 rand to start this, at 320,000. At 320. 320,000 now, 350, 380, at 380,000 rand, holding at 380 now, at 380, at 380,000 rand, at 380, at 380,000 rand then. No? At 380,000. Fair warning at 380,000 rand. Pass at 380. Lot number 253, the delightful work by Gladys Mugudlandlu titled Mules Grazing, executed in 1970. Start the bidding then at 75, 80, 85,000 rand. At 85,000 rand now. At 85,000 rand, holding at 85,000 rand, at 85. 90,000 I have online, at 90,000 now, at 90,000. 95 at the desk with El Marie. It's against you online at 95,000 with El Marie at the desk. 100,000 back online. 110,000 back at the desk with El Marie. At 110,000 with El Marie, 120,000 now. 130,000 back with El Marie. At 130,000 to 140,000 now. 150,000 back with El Marie. It's against you online. It's at the desk with El Marie at 150,000. El Marie's bid at 160,000 I have online. Against you, El Marie. 170,000 back at the desk. With El Marie at 170,000 rand. It's against you online. At 170. 180 back online. 190 against you. Back with El Marie at the desk. 200,000 I have. 220 against you. It's against you online. It's back at the desk at 220,000 now. At 220,000 rand. Holding at 220. With you, Elmarie, against you online. At 220,000. Fair warning at 220,000. With you, Elmarie, it's against you online. Selling for 220,000 rand, then sold. 5148. Thank you. Thank you to the underbidder. Lot 254. Lot 254 is this really magnificent John Newdigate and Ian Garrett. Lovely collaborative work by the two, thrown into the form by Ian Garrett, elevated with extraordinary painterly skill by John Newdigate. Colorful, large, and stunning. And start the bidding then for this lot at 70, 75, 80,000 rand I have. At 80,000, 85 on my right. At 85, 90,000 I have online. 95 back in the room. 100,000 back online. 110 I have against you, sir, online. At 110,000, bid is online. 120, it's against you online, back in the room at 120,000 now. Bids in the room at 120, against you, 130,000, new bidder now on the telephone. Against you online, against you in the room, at 130,000. Holding with Kayleen on the telephone at 130,000. It's against you online, against you in the room. At 130,000 rand. No? At 130. Fair warning at 130. Any further advances of 130,000, 140,000 back online. Oh, auto power off. Oh my word. Okay. At 140,000 rand. Bid is online at 140,000. It's against you on the phone, against you in the room. Selling for 140,000 rand, then sold. Thank you very much. 5012. Thank you to the underbidders. Lot number 255. This is another outstanding work by Alexis Preller. This is his homage to Hieronymus Bosch, executed in 1948. He was inspired by a book by Hieronymus Bosch, the Dutch master of fantasy and symbolism, while he was traveling, and this led him to the production of this really interesting work loaded with symbolism. And start the bidding then at 2 million rand. At 2 million rand. At 2.2, 2.5 million rand. At 2.5 million rand now. At 2.5 million rand. Everything okay, Franz? Okay, 2.5 million. At 2.8 million. 3 million. At 3 million rand now. It is with me at 3 million rand. At 3 million rand now. Holding at 3 million rand. It is with me at 3 million. Absentee bidder on my book. At 3 million rand. Against you all. Any further advances on 3 million now? Fair warning then, I shall sell for 3 million rand. Sold. To my absentee bidder at 3 million rand, 5129. Lot number 256, this is Figure in a Township by Walter Battis. Start the bidding at 95,000, 100, 110, at 110,000 rand now. 110. At 110,000 rand. Holding at 110. Looking for 120. At 110,000. At 110. At 110,000 rand. Holding at 110. No more. At 110,000. Fair warning now. Pass at 110. Lot number 257. This is the first of the works by J.H. Pierneef. Particularly beautiful work titled Tafelberg. Small-scale work. Quite rare with loosely impressionist and gently divisionist depiction, and very, very beautiful work. I'd like to start, probably painted on plein air, and start the bidding for this lot at 280, at 280,000 rand, at 280, at 280,000, 300, 320, at 320,000 rand. With me on the book against you all at 320,000. At 320. Would you like to jump in, Elmarie? The bid is with me on the book at 320,000. At 320. 350,000 I have on the telephone now. Thank you. At 350,000 with Elmarie's bidder at 350 now. Against my book, 350,000. Any further advances on 350? Holding at 350 with you, Elmarie. Fair warning at 350,000 rand. No more. Selling for 350,000. Sold to Elmarie's bidder 5192. Lot number 258, Stellenbosch Mountains by J.H. Pierneef. And start the bidding for this lot at 420,000, at 420,000 rand. At 420. At 420,000 rand. It's always really positive to have works by Pierneef that depict the Cape. He obviously spent a lot more time up north. At 420,000 rand. At 420. At 450, 480. At 480,000 rand now. At 480. Holding at 480. At 480,000 rand now. Cancel at 480, holding at 480,000 rand. At 480. Looking for 500,000, I can't sell at 480. Holding at 480. No? At 480. All done at 480,000, then fair warning, pass at 480. Lot number 259, this is the John Mayer below the Drosty, and start the bidding at 150,000, at 150, at 150,000 rand, at 150. At 160, 170 now, at 170,000 for the John Mayer, at 170,000. At 170,000 rand. Holding at 170. All done at 170,000 rand. At 170,000 then. No more, 180 I have, thank you. It is online now at 180,000. Thank you very much. At 180. Fair warning then at 180,000. I'm really happy to sell at 180. 190 new bidder now. Thank you. At 190,000. It's against you 25090. Would you like to try again? 200,000 I have, thank you. At 200,000 now. 5090 at 200,000. At 200,000 rand. Against you 5106 now. Would you like to try one more? Thank you, 220. At 220,000. 220,000 rand. Holding at 220. Thank you, paddle 5106 at 220. 250 now. 5090 at 250,000. At 250. At 250. At 250,000, it's with you 5090 at 250,000 rand. Fair warning now at 250. No more. Any further advances? It's at 250,000. Fair warning 280, thank you. At 280,000, let's round it off to 300. At 280,000 rand. At 280. Holding at 280, next bid is 300,000. At 280,000, with you 5106. At 280. Holding at 280. Fair warning at 280,000. 300,000 I have. At 300,000. I'm very happy to continue. Holding at 300,000 now. Next bid is 320. At 300,000. At 300,000 rand. Holding at 300,000. Fair warning now. Next bid is 320. Any advances at 300,000? No? Fair warning, last chance. Selling then for 300,000 to paddle 5090. Sold. Thank you. Thank you to the underbidder 5090. Okay, moving on. Lot 260. J.H. Pierneef, the Old Harbour Hermanus. There's a sale room notice on this lot. Upon further research, additional provenance for this lot has emerged. It was first purchased from the artist in 1930 and subsequently sold by Stefan Waltz and Co. in association with Sotheby's in 1988. The correct title for this work is The Old Harbour Hermanus. Executed in 1929, it's a precursor work at the peak of the artist's career, stylistically interesting and introduces the same vantage point that Pierneef later adopted in his monumental commission, The Station Panels. Start the bidding for this lot then at 1 million rand. At 1 million rand. At 1 million rand. 1.1 million, 1.2 million, at 1.2 million rand, at 1.2, at 1.2 million rand, holding at 1.2, at 1.2, at 1.2 million rand. 1.3 million, 1.4, at 1.4 million rand now. At 1.4. Holding at 1.4. Any further advances? 1.4 million rand. At 1.4. Fair warning at 1.4 million rand then. At 1.4. Any further advances at 1.4 million rand? pass at 1.4. Lot number 261, this large-scale vibrant work by Maud Sumner, possibly off the coast of Namibia, and start the bidding for this lot then at 85,000, at 85,000, 90, 95,000, at 95,000 rand, at 95,000. At 100,000 I have on the telephone now, thank you. At 100,000 rand with Kayleen on the telephone, at 100,000. At 100,000 rand with you, Kayleen. I'm happy to sell at 100,000 rand. At 100,000. Holding at 100. Any further advances? 100,000 rand. Fair warning, then selling for 100,000. Your bidder, Kayleen, at 100,000. Thank you. 5184. Lot 262, this is the Huguenot, the old jetty, Table Bay Harbour. The jetty was the harbour then. This is the earliest work on our sale. Great provenance, including Naspers, that came from the Naspers collection, and it featured in Art at Auction in South Africa, a publication that highlighted important works by Stefan Welz. The late Stefan Welz. And 130,000 I have online, 140 against you. At 140, it's against you online. Against you online at 140. I can't sell at 140, but I can sell at 150. Can't sell at 140, but I can sell at 150. Holding at 140. Against you online. At 140,000. No? At 140,000 rand then. Holding at 140. Fair warning at 140,000 rand. Pass at 140. Lot 263, this is the work by Gregoire Bunzai of Cape Town Harbour, later work of the same subject, painted in 1934. Obviously, wonderful to see the development of the harbour in 50 years or 40 years, I think it is. And start the bidding for this lot then at 60,000. At 60,000 rand. At 60,000 rand. At 60,000. For the Gregoire Bunzai at 65, thank you. 70,000 against you. At 70,000, it's against you online. At 70,000. 75 I have, thank you. At 75,000, bid is online at 75 now. At 75,000 rand. Very, very interesting work by Bunzai. At 75,000 rand now. Holding at 75. At 75, fair warning now at 75,000. Any further advances? Fair warning then selling for 75,000. Thank you. 5196. And moving on then to the small-scale, delightful, vibrant Huguenot deer near Shelley Beach, Full Clip, Hermanus. And start the bidding at 170, at 170,000 rand, at 170, 180, 190, at 190,000 rand now, 190, at 190,000, at 190,000 rand, at 190, holding at 190. At 190,000. At 190. Holding at 190. Fair warning now at 190,000. Are we all done? No more, then pass at 190. Lot number 265. Lovely work by Irma Stern, The Squash, on paper, signed and dated 1936 near Amamsam Toti. Really beautiful lot, beautiful colors. Start the bidding then at 480, 500, 550. At 550,000 Rand now. At 550, 600, 650 against you. 700, 750, 800, 850. At 850,000, the bid is with me, it's against you, Kayleen, at 850. At 850,000. See, lots of smiles, Laura, at 850,000 against you. Oh, okay. $850,000. The bid is with me, it's against you, Laura. No? With me at 850. Laura's out. Bids on my book at 850. No further bidding at 850,000 Rand. Sold to buyer number 5157. And off we go. Lot number 266. Another work in the sale, which is this is of Neisner Heads title. It's also a precursor to J.H. Pierne's station panel, depicting the two rocky headlands enclosing the Neisner estuary. It shares the same vantage point, a view from the eastern headland onto the western headland, as in his 1929 painting of the Old Harbour, which we've just passed. This is an important commission for his railway station panel. The whole commission of the station panels, and yeah, I'd like to start the bidding for this lot. I don't know if anybody's ever sailed through those Neisner Heads, but it's such a beautiful experience. I certainly enjoyed it. I'd like to open the bidding then for this lot at 1.7 million Rand. At 1.7 million. At 1.7 million Rand. At 1.7. Holding at 1.7 million Rand now. At 1.7 million. 1.8. 1.9. At 1.9 million Rand now. At 1.9. At 1.9 million Rand. At 1.9. Like so many of his works, just shows incredible mastery of the landscape. At 1.9 million Rand. Holding at 1.9. At 1.9. Any further advances? At 1.9 million Rand. No? At 1.9 million. Pass at 1.9. Lot 267, this is the harbour scene by Maud Sumner. Oil on canvas, and start the bidding at 170, at 170,000, 180, 190, at 190,000 Rand, at 190. Holding at 190,000 Rand, at 190, at 190,000 Rand, at 190, at 190,000 Rand now. Fair warning at 190,000. Pass at 190. Lot number 268. This is the gouache by Irma Stern of Venice, executed in 1948. She visited Venice multiple times from the 40s to the 60s, was influential in getting the South African pavilion going. We really do need her for next year. In 1950, sadly she's not here, and exhibited in that pavilion 4 times throughout that decade. This is a beautiful rendition of Venice. So many artists continue to depict that beautiful, unique place in the world. And start the bidding then at 140, 150, 160,000 I have. At 160,000 Rand now, 160. At 160,000 Rand. at 100. Bid is with me at 160. It's against you all at 160,000. Fair warning at 160,000 rand. Selling then for 160,000. Sold. Buyer. Did you want to bid? No? Oh, okay. No. At 160,000, buyer number 5060. Lot number 269. Pienaars Rivier by J.H. Pierneef. And start the bidding. I believe that Pienaars Rivier is one of Pierneef's favorite horns, or was. And start the bidding at 750,000 rand. At 750,000 rand. At 750,000 rand, this work was also a precursor for one of the works of the Station Panel Commission, the Johannesburg Station Panels, and start the bidding at 750, 800, 850, at 850,000 rand. At 850. At 850,000 rand. At 850. Holding at 850,000 now. At 850. I can't sell at 850, but I can sell at 900. Holding at 850. 850,000. At 850,000 rand. Any further advances at 850,000 rand? No? At 850,000 then. Pass at 850. Delightful work by Frida Locke. They're rare to come to market. This is called Street Scene with Houses. Small work, executed in 1946. One of my favorite works on the sale, I would like to say, at 75,000 rand to start this. At 75, 80, 85,000 rand. At 85,000 rand. At 85,000 rand. Small, delightful work by Frida Locke, rare to come to market at 85,000. At 85,000 rand. Holding at 85,000 rand now. At 85. Any further advances? 85,000 rand. No more than at 85,000 rand. Fair warning. Pass at 85. I'm going to pass over now to Susie. Thank you very much. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, and we can continue on lot 271. This wonderful Gregoire Bonza Street with the Veranda from District 6. Signed and dated from 1965, with this inscribed with the artist's name and title on the back of the Pretoria Art Museum label, and obviously comes from descent from the Louis and Mavis Schill collection, and it's a wonderful work. And we can start at 300, 320, at 350,000, at 350,000 rand. Are you coming in? It's against you at 350. Yes, yours at 380, and I can sell at 380. Telephone bidder has it at 380,000 rand. Your bid on the phone at 380,000 rand. Thank you, Jill. Sold to you at 380. 5102 was your paddle, was it? What was your paddle? Just checking. Goodie. Lot number 272. Wonderful cottages at Straysby from 1950 by J.H. Pierneef. And we have, thank you, at 480, 500,000. At 500,000, 550. At 550,000 rand. At 550,000 rand. Holding at 550,000. Any further advance of 550? Against you online, all 306 people, it's holding at 550,000 rand. Any more? Pass at 550. Lot number 273, we've got Maggie Loebscher's Cape Homestead and Trees. The Dauphine from Franschhoek. It's a picture of the house. And the present lot was recently been framed. And please note the provenance has changed. It was purchased from the artist in 1934 by Mrs. Malherbe and hence by descent. And thank you at 150,000, at 160, 170, at 170,000. Wonderful dappled light on the roof of the trees showing on the roof, and it's holding at 170,000 rand. At 170. Any more? At 170. Are you bidding on this? No? At 170,000. Pass at 170. Lot 274, Hugo Nadir's Grinding the Millies from 1900, and 280,000 is starting at 280,000. At 280,000 rand. At 280. At 280,000 rand. Any more? At 280, 300, 320. At 320. You sure? At 320 against you then? At 320,000 rand. Pass. Lot number 275, Maggie's work in Maggie Loebscher's work of the Belgium landscape from 1920, coming from De Kunstkamer originally, and obviously to the Stradums. And thank you. I have interest online at 130, 140. At 140 against you. Next bid is 150. Against you 5147. It's holding at 140,000. Again, beautiful light. Looks like spring in Belgium. And it's holding at 140, 150, thank you. At 150 you have it. It's your big bid at 150. Against you at 150, 160 on the phone. Thank you very much, Charles. It's your bid at 160. Against you 5215. The bid is holding at 160,000. Still on the telephone. Against you 5215 and against you 5147. The bid is holding at 160,000. Fair warning, online bidder. It's on the phone at the moment and selling at 160,000. Sold at 160,000. Thank you very much. 5227. Lot number 276. We have a Cape Dutch farmhouse amid trees, and it is another work by Hugo Nadir, and it's also a beautiful, evocative, dappled light again. There seems to be a theme of it tonight, and we can start at, we can start at 220,000, at 220,000, at 220,000 rand, at 220, at 220,000. Any more? Are you coming on the phones on this one? No? At 220,000. Holding at 220,000. Pass at 220. Lot number 277, the Copolis, oh, I can hardly say that. The Keith Alexander work from 1989. Amazing clouds. Actually, we saw quite a lot of those on the aeroplane today by Keith Alexander, a work from 1989. And thank you. We have interest on this lot at 420, 450, 480. At 480. Here at 480. 5196, you have it at 480,000. It is here at 480. Are you coming on the phones? 500,000. Thank you. 500,000. Telephone bidder has it at 500. Against you 5196. The bid is holding at 500,000 rand. Any more? 500,000. Your bid, Kayleen, on the phone. Against you online. And selling at 500,000. Fair warning to the underbidder. It's yours on the phone at 500,000 rand. Sold at 500,000. Thank you very much. And that's 5100. this exquisite Yonkers hook by John Mayer. This precision and this light is extraordinary. And thank you very much. And we got 950,000 at 950. 950, 1 million. At 1 million rand. At 1 million. At 1.1 million. At 1.1 million rand. At 1.1 million. At 1.1 million rand. The Yonkers hook has been painted by numerous artists. It's holding at 1.1 million rand. Any more at 1.1 million. Pass at 1.1. Lot number 279. This wonderful Pyrenees Mountains in an extensive landscape. This oil on canvas, acquired from the artist in 1940 or 1941, and hence by descent. And 950,000 at 950, 1 million at 1 million rand. Selling at a million. It's with me at a million at 1 million rand. The bid is here at 1 million rand. Against you online, against you on the phones. The bid is here in the book at 1 million rand. Any more? I shall sell at 1 million rand. Sold at 1 million rand. 5146. Lot number 280. Very apt timing. Autumn on the Hex River by John Mayer. All on canvas. And thank you. We can start at 300. 300, 320. 320 against you online. It's at 320 against you. 350 on the phone. Jill has it at 350. Holding at 350,000. Which is only 14,000 pounds at 350,000 rand. Your bid on the telephone against you online. No, not for long. There's a bidder coming in at 380. Online bidder has it at 380,000, 400,000. Your bid on the phone at 400 against you, paddle 5147. The bid is with Jill on the telephone at 400,000 rand. Next bid is 420. Holding at 400,000 rand. 420, thank you. Back in online. One of the 312 viewers is at 420. 450, thank you. On the phone at 450. Next bid is 480. Paddle 5147 if you want to jump in. Sean's bidding or waving or saying hello. I think perhaps saying hello. You nearly got a Hex River view for 450. Still on the telephone against you online, against Sean in the room. It's yours at 450,000 rand. Selling at 450. Sold at 450. And your paddle is 515045. Lot number 281, this wonderful Andrew Verster of Picnic from 1976. His work is very evocative of the times in Durban. And obviously this was exhibited at the Pretoria Art Museum and the Durban Art Museum. I love this work and the colors and the dog, and the picnic on the table. And thank you at 48,000, at 48,000, 50,000, 55,000, at 55,000 rand, at 55,000 rand. Holding at 55. Thank you, 60,000. Online at 60,000. Your bid, paddle 5, not for long, 65,000. At 65,000. At 70,000. 5167, you have it. All new bidders. It's against you 5214 and against you 5006. Back in 5214 at 75,000. At 75,000. You have it at the moment. At 75,000. Against the room, against the phones, 80,000, all online. At 80,000. You have it 5167, probably not for too much longer because 5214 might and 5006 might jump back in. It's holding at 80,000 with paddle 5167. Against you 5214, the bid is at 80,000 rand. Any more? Are you sure paddle number 5214? It's still against you at 80,000? 85, you're back in, thank you. At 85,000. At 85,000 rand. You have it 5214. You do not have it at the moment 5167, but you do jumping back in at 90. At 90,000. All the bidders are online at 90,000. 5167 with you at 90. Holding at 90,000. We've had a good theme of bums tonight. There's a good bum there. At 90,000. 5167, you have it at 90,000. Against you 5214 and holding at 90,000 rand. You sure? Fair warning 5214. It's against you. Sold at 90,000. Thank you very much. 5167 is the paddle number, and thank you to the underbidders. It's wonderful Walter Battis Africans in the late afternoon and oil on canvas, and 150,000, 150, 160, and 170,000 at 170,000 rand. At 170. Any more? At 170,000 rand. No more? Pass at 170. Lot number 283. This is extraordinary work called Drought in Namibia by Eric Loebscher, signed and dated 1989. Wonderful work showing on my left. This extraordinary landscape and the clouds, and a large work, as you can see, and thank you, at 600,000 rand. 600, 650,000, 700,000. With me at 700,000. My bid at 700,000. With me at 700,000 rand. I can sell at 700 with pleasure. It's with me at 700,000 rand. Holding at 700 and selling at 700,000 rand. Are you coming in on the phones? No? Any more at 700,000 rand. Sold at 700,000. Thank you very much. 5145. Fantastic work of Namibia. Lot number 284, the village scene by Battis. And it is oil on canvas. And thank you very much at 170, 180, 190, 200,000. With me at 200,000. At 200,000. At 200,000. Absent bidder has it, and I can sell at 200,000 rand. Sold at 200,000. And that's number 5050. Lot number 285 is this wonderful Banana Follow You by Kyle Morland from 2019. And we have got 100,000, 100, lots of interest, 120, 30, 40, 50, 60 at 160,000. All bids with me at 160,000. At 160,000. Absent bidders at 160. Against you online. Against you in the room, the bid is holding at 160,000. At 160. Any further advance of 160,000? 170, 180 with me. At 180 with me. 190. I'm out the back of the room at 190. Your bid, the back of the room, Bina, at 190,000. Selling with delight at 190,000 for the banana that follows you. Sounds like a good title at 190,000. Your bid at 190. Sold at 190. And it's 5165. Lot 286, Preparing the Flute by William Kentridge, the charcoal and chalk on paper. Thank you, and I think it was showing, I did see it earlier, at lot 286 and 1.8 million rand. At 1.8 million. At 1.8 million. 1.9 million. At 1.9 million rand. At 1.9 million. Holding at 1.9 million rand. Any further advance of 1.9 million? Pass at 1.9. I think I got too many noughts. Lot 287. Wonderful work by Deborah Bell, transverse. Please note there was a correction that it was acquired from Everard Reed Joburg and not Cape Town, as stated in the catalogue. And the big work is on the wall around the corner. Wonderful colors and this wonderful sort of golden shower. And thank you, at 550,000, at 550,000, at 550, 600, 650, at 650,000, at 650,000, with a bit of electric green in the water, it's holding at 650, 700,000, at 700,000, online at 700, at 700,000. Against the room, against the phones, the bid is holding at 700,000 rand. The bid is here online. Any more? At 700,000 rand. Yes, is that coming in on the phones, or just yes to somebody on the phone? Yes, on the phone. Selling then to 5196 at 700,000 rand. Sold at 700. Thank you very much. Lot number 288. We've got Lindy Sales work, Holographic Universe from 2014 on holographic paper, and 40,000, 42,000, at 42,000 rand, at 42,000 rand. Any further advance of 42,000? Are you bidding? It's against you at 42,000. No? Sure? Still against you at 42,000 rand. Any further advance of 42? Can't tempt you to bid? No more? At 42,000 rand. 42,000, thank you very much. 5184. Lot number 289. Wonderful work by William Kentridge, the White Iris, signed 15 out of 30 with pencil in the margin, a color etching on paper, and 300,000 rand. At 300, 320. 320,000, at 320,000, at 320, 350, at 380, at 380, holding at 380,000 rand. Any more? At 380,000. Sure? Pass at 380. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a super rest of the evening, and look forward to seeing you online tomorrow for the fabulous design and silver sale and all those goodies that start, and the watches in the evening, our first sale. Have a good evening. Thank you.